with a time. I'm gonna hit the new game, and there were an incentive for the save file name, and I think it has a name. So which one is it?
Yeah, the winning entry was chairman.
Chairman. Okay, so
What a surprise.
so it might be with a capital C, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I just passed it. Ah, again. Okay, right. H. So that's it, Chairman. We're all set.
Okay.
Right. So I will start the timer whenever I create the save file for the game. Not now. So I'm gonna choose a play plan. That's a thing that will come into play. I'm gonna talk about later. So I'm gonna choose hardcore. I'm gonna choose a day for the bonus week. So I'm gonna choose Friday because my PSP is set on Friday, the 20th of July. And I'm gonna hit yes to confirm all those settings. I'm gonna create the save file over there. And whenever I hit back, the timer will gonna start.
Okay.
So are we ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Right. So if you were here to have any kind of story cutscenes, you won't see any because I'm skipping everything. So here it's a pre-prologue to accustom you with the tech. So here I'm just bashing the enemy and finishing him off in the air with an HP attack. So we're gonna cover this all along the run. So if you feel lost, we're gonna come over it very soon. Right. So the very goal of each of those fights is to render the enemy white number you can see on the bottom right, the 72, to 0, to create a server action where I gain points and my number is now glowing in purple, and that means I can one-shot the enemy, so that's what I did.
We know how this will end. Prepare. Shine brighter.
You. That was complicated. Right. So at the very start, for the pre-prologue and the prologue, we are incarnating the Warrior of Light, which is one of the central character of the story. But before that, I'm gonna put some settings in to ease my run. So I'm gonna switch the controls to the D-pad, and I'm gonna turn off the play plan notification, which costs time to us. So now I'm gonna go to the story mode, and I'm gonna choose the prologue, and I'm gonna start it. And once more, we don't need to see that because it costs time. We need to go fast. Scenario-wise, we are in a war between good and evil, which goes into cycles and cycles, and we are here to put an end to the last cycle, the 13th cycle, and we're gonna choose a character to reach that goal. Right, so we are into the prologue, which introduces the concept of boards, because we are going through a board, like using all those tiles to go to an objective. And every time you take a step, you use a destiny point, and those destiny points can be earned through some fights whenever you reach a certain incentive to the fight.
Yeah. So the end of each board, basically, you've got your objective, and then how you get there can change from circumstance to circumstance. So sometimes you'll have enemies on the board, sometimes you'll have items on the board, and one of the big optimizations is what fights are you actually going to do and what things are you actually going to pick up. And you can get safety items as well, so if you wanted to, you could pick up potions and ethers and things like that, and that'll make some of the fights easier, but it's weighing up what's worth the time and what's not.
Nice. So what did I just do is that I launched the enemy in the air that created a mode called the chase mode that you activate with the X button, and while you're in the air you have two choices, whether you do a bravery attack with circle or you do an HP attack with square. So I just did an HP attack because I could kill the enemy in one shot. So this is the potion you talked about just seconds ago. So a potion will restore all my health and raise that little orange bar that you now see, which is the extreme kind of mode you can activate thanks to R1 and square, which gives you another kind of level up, kind of a stat up to just be powerful and going berserk.
Yeah, it would be like the equivalent of using like a limit break in other Final Fantasies, overdrives, that kind of thing.
Kind of. So the prologue is divided in 5 parts, just as all the chapters afterwards. So each time I'm going into a story mode, I'm going to have to go through 5 different boards. And I'm going to have to find the easiest way to go through to manage my experience points, my money, and all the abilities I'm going to unlock throughout the scenario.
Give me strength.
So that fight is a bit tricky, so I'm going to activate it, the X mode, right away. So I'm not going to show what the X mode can do right now. I'm going to do it after. It's going to cost a little bit of time, like seconds, so it's not that bad.
The light is always
But you do notice that whenever you activate the X mode, the character changes his uniform, so the Warrior of Light just had another kind of suit. So here is a chest. What could it be inside?
A mimic.
Nope, that's not a trap. That's actually the source of equipment and all the accessories you can get throughout the game. You can sell them for money if you are a bit greedy.
So not only do you get items like potions and ethers, you can get weapons, and then there's also a shop as well. So there are a lot of like fundamental RPG elements where you can buy armor, equipment, attacks, items, and things like that in the shop as well in between stages.
Yeah, if you were to categorize that game, it would be an arena fighting RPG, something like that. You had a very interesting acronym for that.
No.
No?
No, I didn't.
You had, but
Frigibijibiduki.
something like that.
Can't be done.
So I'm gonna make you watch what the X mode does in terms of gameplay. So I'm gonna choose one of those 2 pieces. I'm gonna say something about it later. So I'm gonna take
light. Give me strength.
that. I'm gonna activate the X mode. I'm gonna throw it in the air. HP attack. Activating this. So I'm doing a sort of overdrive, limit break kind of thing, and it relies on some inputs to get. So I did just 5 hits, and that's it.
So I imagine when we get to the tightest portion of the run, you'll be using that a lot.
Actually not. For some fights, for ended it like for sure, because some enemies can resist an instant death with a certain accessory. So, but yeah, you won't see it. You will see the X mode quite often, but not with the X burst.
Yeah.
So right now, I was between 2 pieces. I engaged one, so the other one automatically reacts to our presence. But if I want to just get rid of it, I forfeit the battle. I get the defeat screen, and I just can go right to the objective from above, and that's it. So this screen is a sort of a result screen that you would have for every battle inside an RPG. It takes into account everything you've done throughout the stage, and it gives you some play plan points that you will be able to spend for having more bonuses or unlocking characters. So this is the last stage. You notice that the objective is a bit different looking. So I'm going to take that treasure because it's in our way. And it's a useful one. It's a power ring. It raises the strength by 5%. So that piece is a bit particular. It's a chaos piece. That means a boss battle is incoming. And that boss is the nemesis of the Warrior of Light. For all the Final Fantasy connoisseurs, it's chaos. So, bad RNG, that can happen. He can attack. So I just need to counter attack. So I'm going to use the chase mode, like this. And there you go.
Nice.
This victory will be remembered.
So you kind of noticed that there was a scrolling bar at the top as a result screen. I kind of skipped it by pushing start, but you can actually make it scrolling all over by just pressing X whenever you want. So it's up to you. It doesn't lose time if you do it fast. It's just a preference. Right, so I'm gonna skip some more scenes. And I'm gonna spend my first few points through this catalog. So I'm gonna go to the calendar and I'm gonna unlock some experience boosts. just like this. And I'm gonna go to the story mode, and I'm gonna choose one character among 10, and I'm gonna go with Titus. For some reasons, it belongs to one of the 3 fastest characters of the story so far. And it has a bit of a challenge because Titus is one of the worst matchups for the final boss of the game. So I like challenge, so I took it naturally. So another round of stages, a bit different looking, like taking place into Zonakund, if we are setting it up in FF10 universe. And I'm gonna choose the route, so I could go up or going down. So I'm going down between those 2 pieces for a simple reason. That piece is weaker than the other one over there. So I'm gonna do something like that. Right. So everything went very quickly. So what I did at the very first is that I blocked the enemy movement with R1. It created a sort of parry movement, and I could counterattack and use some normal attacks and with critical hits inside. And then I throw the enemy and I try to finish him off in one go. So that will be most of the strategies for all the game, like being able to one-shot everything.
Yeah, so you can like break enemies' guards and you can block things, so it's quite similar to a fighting game in that aspect.
Yeah, so whenever the enemy's bravery count, so the number on the top right, the bottom right, the white one, goes to 0, it creates the break status, and you gain another kind of prize, if I were to say that. So the stage where you fight into has a bravery counter that goes up or down, depending the situation. And if you break the enemy, you gain that bravery stage. Just like this. The 400, boom, from me. So yeah, you can activate the X mode while you are doing a bravery attack. That's all the point of it.
Oh yeah!
And the other reason I chose Titus is for his X mode, all his attacks are multiplied by 2 whenever he's full HP, and he has a natural attack boost power, so why not using it? So we won 100 gil, 40 playpen point, plus 140, so all those points will come into play for me to have some nice boosts after.
Yeah, so like the run's actually been like fully optimized and taking into consideration how much experience, how many levels, how many points and items and all those kind of things, and then every set amount of levels that'll be utilized into shops and leveling up and things like that.
Yep. So this stage will be a bit particular. I'm gonna confront 3 pieces, and for each of those 3 pieces I'm gonna have to fulfill a certain requirement to get some destiny points, extra destiny points, because I'm aiming for a certain stage prize, which is a summon.
I'm going all out.
For that one, I'm going like this, block, didn't work, I retry. You can just retry a fight if it doesn't go your way.
Yeah, so a bit like Final Fantasy 13, if a fight
Just
goes
like
wrong or you get caught, you can just reset that and go again.
Yeah. So the requirement for that fight was to land a critical hit under 10 seconds. So all I had to do was to parry the enemy and just do something to create that level up. Nice.
Yeah, so there are some puzzle aspects as well on the board where you might have some requirements. So it's not just necessarily pick up the final crystal or kill a certain amount of enemies. You sometimes have to do it with certain attacks. You have to do certain ones. Like, so even though there might be 10 enemies on a board, you might only have to kill 3 of them to be able to advance. And if you don't get those 3, then it won't let you pass even if you get to the end. So you do really need to know what's going on.
So here I'm going to do some menuing, some shopping. So I'm going to watch what I have. I'm going to sell that. So this is where you actually gear yourself up. So thanks to money and stuff. So I had enough for all the right equipment, so that's cool. I'm gonna put my accessory from the Prologue, the Power Ring, damage plus 5%. And I'm gonna tweak a bit of ability, so I'm gonna scrap some out. Just like that, I'm gonna scrap another one in. There's some things that doesn't get useful, like always having the target indicator on. You can get rid of that and free some ability points. So this one has the condition to win the fight without taking any source of damages. So this one is a bit tricky. So I'm gonna try to dodge. Okay. Alright, so you hear a little thing in the back. So a core bell just appeared. That's what will be used to fill my X gauge on the left. So I'm gonna dash towards it with R1 and triangle. And I'm gonna take that bell. It filled up, so that's all I needed. Now I just need to finish that fight. Okay. This one is a bit tricky. Or not.
There it is. Yeah, so,
So
generally speaking, if a bell appears, you're going to go for it to get your X gauge.
I'm gonna wait for a bit because every time I'm attacking, I'm generating some orbs, and those orbs are gonna go for that bell to gather and create a more powerful bell to take. And the last fight, the condition is to win by all means in under 10 seconds. So for that, I'm gonna use my X mode.
Just back off, buddy.
Just like that. So you do the math, 10 minus 7, 38. It's like 2.7 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
That was easy.
So Tidus has this advantage that it can end every battle very quickly. Right, so I had all the goals met, and I'm gonna end the stage, and my level bonus up on the screen was saying Behemoth. That's the summon I'm gonna get.
Oh.
That's the one I'm gonna use throughout the run as well. So those summons are under the form of a stone. There are two categories of summon. You have the automatic ones and you have the manual ones. The Behemoth one is a manual one, so you have to activate it by pressing R1 and circle at the same time. And the effect of that summon is that it's gonna multiply my bravery count by 2. But every second I'm gonna lose 60 bravery points, so I need to activate it at the very last moment to make it full use.
You want some of this?
So here I'm gonna try and build some X cores. You can see the little light balls. Just like that. I'm gonna try and do something. I don't know if it will work. So there. So I just shoot the enemy on the ground to have a bit of a leeway. Whoop.
Oh no.
That can happen. What?
Here it comes.
Nice.
Acrobatic wins.
Got him.
Yeah. Sometimes the AI can be a bit tricky.
Yeah. So even though in that fight, even though the enemy had like regained health from the fight to like 170 or whatever, because Tidus's health in the bottom left was still purple, he could still knock him down with one shot.
Yep.
Got to be aware of the numbers.
So the nice thing about that gold gauge that you can see is that I can bring it throughout all the stage and use it at the very last moment. So I'm gonna use it very carefully. Whoop.
Here we go.
Ah. Didn't work. So I'm gonna do something. Or not. Come on. Okay. So you can see that the enemy just crashed into the wall. In normal circumstances, if I didn't one-shot the enemy, that crash into the wall would have added
That's the way you do it.
50% of the initial damage output. So that would have rendered the enemy to 1 HP because you cannot kill with a crash.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna take the next treasure chest. I wonder what it is inside. It's a buckler. Ah. Tidus isn't really that useful when it comes to shields, so I'm gonna probably sell it.
You want some of this?
Right, X gauge. Okay.
Finish.
And that's it. So all the fights are very quick to do. Some characters takes more time than others. Tidus is one of the fastest, so that's why I chose him.
Yeah. So
There's another fast character, which is Zidane. Do you know why?
I've heard of him.
So
I'm familiar with his work.
could you try and explain why?
So basically, with different characters, they've got different things. So Titus is really good because he's super strong and he gets the double strength bonus. But Zidane can do, it's kind of like a perma loop. It's a bit of an inaccurate term, but you can basically loop the enemy in an attack cycle, and then you can just knock everyone down from it. So the loops are timing based. You'll see that there are different like dodges. So back and forth, you might see the enemy goes to attack, and then if you dodge, they can dodge, you can dodge. And then it's basically just playing it out until you win. But Zidane's got probably the best battle tech, which makes him faster, even though he's not the strongest character.
I used it!
So good.
So this is the X mode for...
Good. So
work.
Titus gets all the overdrives from Final Fantasy X. He can utilize in battles like Blitz Blade, Slice and Dice, Energy Rain and things like that. So they have, like when they created the game, incorporated a lot of the aspects from each of the Final Fantasies. So each character from the main FFs does have abilities and weapons and things. And whenever you like engage X mode with Titus, he puts on the Khalid Ball, was strongest weapon from the game. So some pretty cool stuff if you keep an eye out for it.
And that's the way you do it.
And he hasn't
Even
lost his great dialogue.
Yeah, even he says it. That's how you do it. So the Emperor from Final Fantasy II, for those who knows it, was the first notorious boss for Tidus' story. All the characters, all the 10, have different bosses linked to another Final Fantasy, and it usually goes by pair. So we had FF2 inside the FF10 story, so you can expect having the FF10 boss into the FF2 story.
Yeah, so if you've been paying careful attention to some of the faces and text boxes during the scenes, you will actually see that Titus and Furion do actually engage with each other, and then it goes between the other FFs as well.
Yeah, that's right.
And you might also notice that even though this is based on the FF10 story, that the music it's used in the background and in the fights actually is completely unique. They've rearranged the entire soundtrack of all the Final Fantasies to put them in. So it's a really nice, fresh take on things as well.
Though I think the stage 1 is to Zanakan music.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh. So yeah, the enemy can dodge.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna... So that's the crash. I did 905 damage plus an extra 450 something. So that's how you can deal with that battle.
That was easy.
If you say so. Yeah, Tidus has some huge great lines that you can hear over and over. So the yellow piece you're gonna see right there, you can call it a golden piece, but it's actually a strange piece because
Let's go.
it
I'll
has
take you on.
tremendous stats, but only 1 HP.
Here it
And all you have to do is just to block and counter an attack, and that's it.
Yeah.
So the timing is a bit finicky, but you can have it quite easily.
Too easy.
Level up. Oh, level 7 already. That's interesting.
Early
Because-
menus.
Maybe, maybe. So I chose that piece because it's the weakest one of the two. This one a tier 1 battle
hurt
piece,
yourself
and the
now.
other one next to it was a tier 2.
Start.
Oh.
Here we go. Start.
No. Oh, the enemy just used a very interesting feature, which is the dash. You can slide through every part of the landscape by just triangling in.
Get a load of this. Another.
And I'm just gonna chain it in the air.
Finish.
That's it. So that enemy is a bit tricky because if it's still alive and you take time to kill it, it's gonna activate a summon stone,
Yeah.
which is Phoenix, and
got
prevents you
nothing on
from
me.
breaking that guy and getting all the stage bravery, so you really need to be quick.
Yeah, so even though we can get summons along the way in the run, the enemies can use them as well. And particularly you will see some boss battles
Yep.
where they'll make utilization of that, which can make your life a bit of a pain. So keep an eye out.
Right, so the usual for feet.
Oh, you lost.
Yeah, no, we lost. Game over, restart at the time. No, kidding. Split. Right, and I'm finishing the stage. Whoops. Sometimes I'm going too fast, so I'm selecting a tile instead of the objective. So. Right, this is the last stage of the Tidus' story. So, for those who knows the game, FF10, you might already know who I'm gonna confront as the final boss. For those who don't know, you're gonna see very soon.
You Yevon.
You Yevon, I wish.
If
If it was Unaliska, I would have bought the game day one.
That'd be terrible. If she's anything like Ultimacia is in this game, I would hate to fight her last.
Oh yeah. So I'm still level 7, so no early menus.
Oh no.
All according to plan.
It's all good.
So I'm taking the pieces in a certain order to line up with some XP boost that I get from the play plan that I chose. So the hardcore one play plan generates more XP bonuses throughout the run rather than treasure chests. So there are some treasure chests on the play plan which requires 60 battles to be performed in order to get it. And I'm gonna get it, but way later on. Right, I'm gonna do that. Oh, no. There. And I'm gonna take that little thingy.
Got him.
The final blow. Yeah, sometimes the AI is a bit stupid, so you can do whatever you want, it's gonna connect whatever happens.
Yeah. Some enemies do tend to be more susceptible to certain things than others, so I mean...
That's also a thing we considered into the routing, like taking some pieces over some others to have the best AIs to compute with.
Yeah.
Another strange piece with 1 HP. Oh, nice placement. There. You really need to be quick because that kind of piece can just retrieve from a break very, very quick. So you need to be very quick. And I don't know if you paid attention, but on the top left of the game, there was a number. That was the amount of experience I got from that battle, and I got 21k. So it made me level up from level 7 to level 11. So I'm gonna do a menu because all the things I want are every 7 levels. So now I'm just free to do whatever I want. So I'm gonna sell my weapon. I'm gonna sell the buckler. And I'm gonna sell one of these. I have 2 of them, so that's mucho gusto. Iron sword. Maybe another hat? Yep, the plum hat. So all I did was buying equipment, raising my attack stat and my bravery stat. The more attacks I have, the better I can get. Do I have any extra abilities I could put on? Full slide? Nah. And no support. Okay, so I'm gonna be able to just continue on with a new gear. More power for an extremely powerful character, so that's not cheating at all.
Yeah, that's the old goal. Yeah, Tidus is just dump his pure strength.
So I just jumped over that guy because he created a sort of field trap on the ground, and that one is very annoying. There you go. So back in the past, when I was running without any sort of routes, I was farming my X gauge on the left with that guy, and now I don't anymore. I just take the first piece, come in, and just roll with it.
That's it.
So there's a chain, there's a potion behind that activates whenever you beat that piece that I just beaten.
Yeah.
Just
Did I
give up.
up?
Why not? And we're gonna fight the final boss. But before that, I'm gonna use something that I didn't talk about yet. I'm gonna take one of those skills that you see on the top right, and I'm gonna use the Mesorai. It deals 20% damage to one enemy prior to the battle. I just have to activate it with square, and now Jekt has suddenly 20% HP less.
Brilliant.
So it's all according to plan because I'm gonna do an X mode with an X burst.
It's gonna be fast.
Yeah, so this is Jekt, and for those who don't know, Jekt is actually the father.
I hate you, Dad.
I hate you, Jekt. What I do is that I didn't get what I wanted. This is gonna be tricky. Don't do that. Okay, so sometimes the AI is tricky.
He's playing well today.
That's pretty much it. It's already glowing purple.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
gonna try and have a great.
Oh.
There you go.
Game set.
So the nice thing about that burst is that Tidus has the most powerful of them all.
Yep.
Whenever you hit the great, it multiplies by 3 or 5 the amount of damage you were supposed to do normally. Just like in the game, I think. Whenever you use Tidus's overdrives,
Yeah.
you have to be quick. So that's Tidus's scenario done. So I'm skipping all the cutscenes,
With
explaining that the goddess we were serving, Cosmos, has sacrificed herself for the sake of all her warriors of light,
Yeah.
and we are gonna continue with her legacy through all the stuff for defeating her nemesis, who is Chaos.
Chaos, of course.
Right, but before that, I have some points to spend, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take that one, and I'm gonna raise a bit the money because I'm gonna have some very expensive menu to do in the future. And I'm gonna take the next story mode, which is the Shade Impulse. This story mode activates whenever you finish one of the main character stories, so even if you had taken like Terra from FF6, you would have had the access to that mode, no matter what. So I'm gonna go for another round of 5 stages. So now you know the trick. It's 5 stages, new mode, 5 stages, and the last one. But the enemies are quite a lot stronger now, so I'm gonna have to be careful of which piece I'm engaging to know how I have to react to them.
So a lot of the enemies are based on like normal enemies in Final Fantasy as well, but for some reason,
Yeah.
sometimes you'll actually fight like some of the heroes from Final Fantasy games.
Yep.
What's the deal with that? Why have they got good guys and the bad guys?
These
sit?
guys are called mannequins. They are some forms of chaos, taking the traits of a hero of light. So here it's the warrior of light, but travestized as a chaos piece. Whoop. I got wrecked over there. Actually, I'm gonna do something. Come on, be docile. Like that. So that doesn't do anything, but here's the bell. Oh. Wrong. Okay, so sometimes the AI loves to just flee, but it's like playing the cat and the mouse. I'm the cat, it's the mouse.
Yeah.
The mouse. Catchy
was
tune, right?
easy.
Da da. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. I'll
Right,
take you
so
on.
another battle. Stronger one, but I can do that.
Finish. You ready for this?
It's not very necessary, but I can do it.
It's
so
good fun.
So should I?
What-
Oh, I almost failed it. So in terms of routing, Tidus 1 was one of the trickiest because there's actually 2 routes
That's the way you do
which diverge at a certain point, considering some sort of setup. So if you don't know the 2 routes, you can be hitting a wall like later on, and you could just like go on and on and on, trying to fight all the pieces you want with no result. I took that chest because it will be one of the accessories for the final fight of the game. I tried to mash, but I'm not good at it. I'm quite casual when it comes to mashing. That's where you can tell the difference between 2 runners when it comes to Dissidia, because everything is based on inputs. So if you are quick, you can have all the chances of the world to hit the world record, which is like a 1:26 as of right now,
Yeah.
performed by Mr. Mizo. who was due to be there next to me for a race, but it ended up being a solo run because he couldn't come. So if you see me, shut up, Mizzo. Right, so I'm gonna chain that guy onto that wall if I can, or he can chain me in the air if he wants to.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of one thing, I'm gonna let you guess. Why do I do that?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, as you can see, I mean, the battlefields truly are like three-dimensional as they get. So some of the scenery is breakable. You can go through floors, you can go through walls, and it makes for like a really dynamic system. So like in a first like casual playthrough, the battles are really, really dynamic.
Bad
And
timing.
unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work in your favor in the speedrun.
It doesn't. And sometimes it doesn't move. So that's the beauty of the AI sometimes. It just does all the dodges, all the perfect frame parries, and sometimes it just
You got nothing on me.
doesn't move, just hit me, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So it does make for a very exciting speed game in that. I mean, you've got, what, say, 25, 50 fights or whatever across the whole run, and, you know, they can vary wildly from one to another. So it's not, it's, you know, kind of like the opposite of your Super Mario Bros. It's just like frame counted as you go. You know,
So
you could be ahead in one and
yeah.
behind in the next.
So that fight is even more stupid. You just have to... So you're confronting yourself, and all you have to do is dodge and counter attack.
Yep.
That's stupid.
Too easy.
Level 14. Nah, I'm just gonna do the usual. So I'm gonna go into the menu to equip one of the prizes that I got from the early stages, which is... So I got that as well, I'm gonna equip. I got the summon behemoth, I'm gonna equip it. It's a manual one, so as you could see, the number 2 is the number of usage I can have. Manual summons only have 2 usage, and to refill all the summon stones, the manual ones, you need 5 battles in between. So this is a notorious boss, which is from Final Fantasy VI. It's Kefka. Just watch the line.
Go back to the beach already.
He's quite the taunter.
He knows.
But I'm gonna try and end this clown show, but it's not that easy. I'm activating my behemoth right now because one shot.
Because he's dead.
So as I said, the behemoth multiplies my bravery counter by 2,
Yeah.
and I lose 60 bravery point for each seconds passing. So if I activate it at the very last moment of an HP attack, I'm taking full advantage of that summon.
Yeah, so you can buffer the summon in between attacks
Yep.
as well. It's not just a case
That's
of...
one of the great thing about it. 16. I'm gonna wait for a bit until the next menu. So the mithril is a component for a synthesis that I'm gonna keep for now. I'm gonna use it later. Ooh! 1800 gil. How's that? You wish you had that in FF9, right?
Oh yeah. Baroque and FF9.
Right, another scene. So as you can see, the Emperor from FF2 is back in the game. It didn't die for some reason.
No.
And the sole reason for that is that scenario-wise, whenever a Warrior of Darkness dies, the only fact that Chaos can grant his power to those, they can just
Don't hurt yourself.
revive whenever they want. Okay.
Yeah, so similarly to like an FF1 where Chaos creates this infinite time loop, kind of can do the same here where he just brings people back, so you really need to go to the source to be able to take him down.
So here I'm gonna farm a bit of those little blue orbs to make the bell reaching the final form. So the bell can have 3 forms. The very first one is the one that it appears to, so it just feels like 10% of your gauge. The second form can fill up to 50%, and the next one can just fill up your gauge from whatever state. Ah. Right there. So as you can see, the amount of damage I can do in one attack is just
It's pretty crazy.
monstrous.
It is crazy.
That was easy.
So the only difference there is between Zidane and Tidus is the way you fight all the pieces. Zidane has, as you said, a loop to use against enemies, which is consistent. And Tidus doesn't, so you have to really improvise on the spot.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna flee that one
go.
on purpose, because
I give up.
whenever I flee a fight, I forfeit one, I still make the plan going by one tile. And I'm gonna hit a bonus, experience bonus right there by 5. So I'm gonna take full advantage of that. But first I'm gonna do a menu. I'm gonna use the shop. I'm gonna sell the iron sword. Taking it very carefully. I'm gonna buy the metal knuckles. And I think that's it. Do I have my accessory on? Yes, I have. So I'm gonna use the Mesorai that I have on the top right,
Again.
solely because right under that piece, there's an item, an ether, which can make me refill that Mesorai for another use. So that fight, just watch. Whenever I'm done with it, whoop, that's not how you do that. Whenever I'm done with it, just check on the top left the number that will be shown, which is the experience amount. Aha, good setup. And there you go. Counter summon. Just check top left. 68k. That's just stupidly high.
Stupid.
And I'm gonna level up from level 16 to 22. Right for the next menu, but I don't have enough money, so I'm not gonna do it now.
Yeah.
So that's how you abuse that part of the game, that mechanic, to your own advantage. So if you take a character, so right now I have all the characters routed, taking full advantage of the experience route that we came up with Mr. Mizzo.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to try their hand at any characters given,
Don't hurt yourself.
I have a route for them, so feel free to join the community. It's a very cool one. I think Mitako did some runs back in the days.
I've done some character runs.
And
So,
how did you feel those?
oh, I mean, it was great. So basically, I mean, like, for me anyway, because, so at the minute, like, Leo's running, like, Titus's full 90% story. But they're like 25 to 30-minute categories if you just for each individual character. So they're really short, really easy to pick up. You only have to do a couple of stages. You can learn the battle tech very quickly. I mean, you can get, I think, a fairly decent time, respectable time on the leaderboard within a couple of hours. I think Leo was over at mine last year, and we just ran a couple, and in about 3-4 hours or something I got there. I had like 2nd and 3rd place or something.
Yeah, that was fun.
And so on. So I mean, it's really fun. It's really fast, really dynamic. Just don't pick a character that has to fight Garland. Oh no, it's not Garland. Who's the really nasty one?
Which
X-Death.
one? Yeah, X-Death.
He's the worst.
Well, Golbez from FF4 is
Oh,
also
he's bad.
interesting.
He's bad. I've spent as much time as one run takes on that fight before. It's super bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if people wanted to get onto the game, obviously they can find stuff on speedrun.com. Is there a Discord or anything people could find?
We have a Discord link, which leads to the general Dissidia server, because Dissidia has other episodes. There's the Duodecim, the direct sequel to that one.
Yeah.
There's the Dissidia NT, the new PS4 game that came out like last year, something like that.
L-Bod%.
I didn't really look into it because I don't have the console, so
Yeah.
I don't know. And there's also a sort of an interlude between this game and Duodecim, which is called Prologue, and it was a downloadable one through the PlayStation Store. So there's also part of the Discord is dedicated to that.
Yeah.
I have a record onto that as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I'm gonna put that piece around. That piece is a Kuja, the other one was a Cloud, and Cloud is a bit trickier to deal with, so. I'm gonna build a bit the bell that you just heard ringing. I'm gonna try and make the enemy not get it, so wrong way. And that's it.
Nice.
should be enough.
Easy enough.
Now what I have to do is to... Whoops. I'm gonna try and end it with a ground attack. Just to change a bit.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as you level up, you can enable more HP attacks. And Tidus has all the FF10 overdrives one. So Spiral Cuts, Slice and Dice,
Energy Rain.
Jet Shot.
Yeah.
Well, it's not actually an overdrive, it's just the remaster
It's
of the
special.
Blitz Ace. It's like inverted, like
Yeah.
the Blitz Ace is the X mode move, and the Jet Shot is a normal move.
Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself.
So now I have the Cloud Fight, just like that. I'm gonna make it hit the dust, if I can. No, he doesn't want to. He's stubborn. Just like that. And here you go.
Nice.
So even if all the fights are quite repetitive, it's actually not, because all the enemies have a different way to behave.
You got nothing on me.
Like sometimes Cloud is good at dodging, and you have to find a way to just counter the thing and just cut him off guard. And sometimes you just go straight forward. Whoops, wrong spot. So this one is a Terror one.
Don't hurt yourself now.
Dodgy, dodgy. There you go. So the most the trickiest pieces through all the game, all characters
That was easy.
understood into the gameplay is the Onion Knight.
Mm.
This one is just hell on earth every time. I'm gonna do a bit of a menu. I'm gonna upgrade my weapon thanks to the mithril I got. So I'm gonna buy the mithril claw using the metal knuckles I bought earlier and the mithril, and that's it. I'm not gonna bring anything else. Usually I would like to be level 25 at that point, because it unlocks another support ability that could be helpful. But
Just back off, buddy.
bam. This one is very easy to get.
Game set.
You see, 3,000 more damage on the very last input because I got a great over a good.
Yeah.
So that makes Tidus the most powerful character in the game,
That was easy.
just behind Cloud and just before Jacked. And I finished the stage.
Is now a good time for a quick donation?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Great, we've got $10 from Mash, who says, cheering for you, Leonis. All cheers, the Dissidia crew, and good luck. Leonis can decide where this goes. Thanks for the donation.
I'm gonna make it go for the level trick I have in store, so it's a very nifty thing to display because it can make you cheese all the game through, so I'm gonna go for that.
Great, well that's now sitting then on 35 out of $500. So you guys at home, if you want to see that level 1 to 100 glitch, you've got to get those in by, I think, the end of the run, would that be?
Yeah.
Okay, great, so get those in.
It's a very, very nifty trick to display because it can make any
Don't hurt
player's
yourself now.
life so much easier. Okay, that doesn't work. That works.
The bell.
Sometimes the enemy is just needlessly difficult to deal with.
You got nothing on me.
All the sweet Tidus's lines. Gotta love it. I mean, that can be a thing that can play against the game, but it's not really that annoying. You can deal with that. You can probably
play-
turn down the sound or
You
something.
could play FF10, which would be worse.
I'll take you on.
Yeah. The famous FF with 10 hours of cutscenes and 30 minutes of gameplay or something like that. No, I'm
Well
kidding.
balanced.
Shout out to the FF community for that. Right. So now I'm gonna confront one of the Onion Knight's pieces that the game has.
Just back
I
off.
hope it's gonna go well. because I have to build my X gauge with that guy. Okay, so far so good. So you can just go through the enemy's attacks if your timing is good. Just like that. I'm gonna wait a bit. You can also break the landscape, the stage. I'm gonna try it. Just like that. Alright. Bell. And back for it.
Good.
I was a bit lucky on that one because it was running all the way on the left hand.
Yeah,
my reach is quite insane for that.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than doing a ranged attack and then the enemy's just like...
Nope. Sometimes you just need to touch the tip of the sword of the enemy to just make it count.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Hitboxes are great.
Yep. So here I'm gonna operate the same thing. So I'm gonna engage the boss piece, but I'm gonna forfeit it to just align myself with another XP boost that I'm gonna take advantage of.
Yeah.
You may have recognized the music that was about to go on, which is from FF5, which is an iconic tune, which is Battle Over the Big Bridge.
Battle of the Big Bridge, yeah. On the Big Bridge.
And that's a very catchy tune. I'm gonna do a bit of a menu because I unlocked a certain extra ability. Is the X critical boost, which makes me do more critical hits whenever I hit the X mode. And I'm gonna use my Mazerite that I retrieved earlier on to cheese a bit. So now I'm fully prepared to take on X Death, the talking and moving tree.
Your very existence is nothing.
So how's the stage? Huh. It's interesting. Okay. Like that. I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna take the stage to my advantage to do that.
Nice.
So what I just did is that I landed X-Death into a trap zone. And that trap zone renders the enemies or yourself unable to do anything. So I could land anything I wanted. X-Death wouldn't have done anything to dodge or to parry. That's how I just handle the game. You could just go full straight on with damage and burst and everything you want. I just wanted to display that.
Yeah, it's cool. Now, X-Death can teleport, can't he?
He can.
And that's... Is he the only character, the enemy in the game that can do that?
Yes.
So, that can do...
Now, actually, Cloud of Darkness can, but in a certain range. X-Death can be unlimited. I'm gonna spend another few points to heal and AP just for learning all my abilities in a nick of a time. I'm gonna select the second chapter, always with Titus, and here we go. So, considering the time, we are good. Like, if everything goes right, I'm expected to finish that chapter around an hour and 10 minutes. If everything goes according to plan. As it's a showcase, I need to explain some more things. I'm taking my time, but not that much of a time, so here, I'm gonna look out for something for the board skills, and I didn't get it. So I'm gonna quit the level, I'm gonna suspend the play, return to the mod top, and I'm gonna re-enter the chapter. And I'm gonna do that, hopefully not for the entire run, but until I get what I want, which is a particular skill which is called Invisible, and you're gonna see what it does. So hopefully it's a 50-50 chance to get it at the start of every stages. So hopefully I'm gonna hit the right 50% side. Survey says... Didn't get it! Oh! Okay, I'm gonna... It's the only level I'm gonna have to reset that heavily.
Yeah.
And that thing, that RG factor can influence the flow of a run, because you can just lose your temper and just quit it out. Or you just can pursue through, but you won't get world record because you're resetting.
It's worth resetting for the...
It's the only chapter it's worth resetting for because it makes your life so much easier. Afterwards, I can just choose whether or not I want to go for that one. So it goes for another roulette, and didn't get it. So the maximum I had to do once in a run was 10 resets, and that was painful. Though I was still underestimate, so hopefully it's gonna go fast. I really need it, so please, Cosmos, do something for me. Do something for your Warrior of Light. I mean, it's all for Tidus.
That's right.
All for the sake of the Blondie.
For a good cause.
Donate for the RNG to be in my favor, and also for the charity. I got it. Right. So now I can menu how I want it to. I'm level 29, so perfect. I'm gonna invest on 2, so it's gonna be the Sonic Knuckle, so I need to do a little bit of selling there. The leather hats. Will I have enough? I wonder. I should. No, I'm short. Okay. So I'm gonna sell another thing that I shouldn't. I'm gonna get rid of that. It's not that crucial. I might even still be short. Let's see. 100. What can I sell? I mean, I can get rid of that. It's not too much of a thing. I can get another level up in terms of equipment really soon. Right, so now I'm gonna activate that skill I was looking for, which is invisible, which prevents from any enemy pieces to go from berserk whenever you hit a piece. So I'm gonna go over there, or I could have gone down there. It's gonna trigger 2 pieces, but instead of going into another fight with the other pieces, I'm gonna be able to just keep it. Oh, fun fact, if you make the enemy bump into the wall in that stage, it's just bounce back. Just like that, and I cannot do anything about it. So I'm
Dynamic
gonna
scenery.
to just... Yeah, he got the bell, so I'm gonna try to end it quick. Just like that. Ideally, I would have wanted to farm for the bell, but sometimes the enemy also goes for it, so I'm gonna have to improvise on the fly. So, thanks to the invisible, I'm not going into another fight, so I'm not advancing the plan by another tile. So that's one of the advantages. So I'm aligning up with another boost, XP boost right there, and you're gonna see how much it gives. It's a cloud, I think. And there you go. That's how you do it. It's as quick as that, whenever you know how the piece can move. 35k. It's just... whatever.
You got nothing on me.
So yeah, Tidus benefits from a route that gives you like the most experience you could get, and Zidane has less experience, so you are under leveled compared to Zidane, to Tidus. So the last piece on the stage. So what is it? Oh, it's the FF9 stage. Do you recognize it? It's where you fight Transkuja. I can do that. And can do that. Where am I? I'm gonna try that. Yeah. Works. I'm just gonna do that because I don't have my X boost, so I just gonna chain a bit. Oh, I can finish.
You got him.
So the brewery counter takes a little bit of time to just go back to his normal basis, and I almost ended up doing a damage, so though I could have just ended up just like that. Level 32. Level 32. No, there's nothing yet at 32. So I'm all good. I'm gonna get 400 gil. That's nice. Because the only piece of equipment I'm missing is a hat, which raises my attack stats, and it's worth like thousands and thousands of gil, so I'm gonna try and pile up on money to just afford it. I could practically just don't go for it, but it's less attack to deal with. So here, scenario-wise, the enemy is already plotting to just be a hindrance to our progress through the main story. But obviously we are the Warriors of Light, so the power of friendship... No, the power of light. 2 anime, 2 weed.
It's great.
Oh, nice play. GG. So normally I should have been able to parry that guy, but he dodged at the very last moment. So that's a great play.
Yeah, so even during combos, like if you don't dodge the first attack, you do get subsequent chances to be able to dodge after. That can get really annoying.
You got nothing on me.
So the next piece is one of the, not the hardest, but the trickiest to face because it's a strange piece. So 1 HP, but tremendous amount of bravery. The guy I'm gonna come for can one-shot me as well. So I'm gonna have to find an opening to just counter that guy. He has Odin as well. 50-50 chance to break me. And he goes for that. And I can do that. Ooh! I just ran into it. So the timing is very, very tight because if you are too early, you can die, just like I did. I was expecting to die because I'm still having difficulties with that one. And if you come too late, you can just dodge. I'm gonna try and do that. Because why not?
It might not.
So that doesn't do anything. And he got me. Yay!
Just back off, buddy.
Yeah, so that piece is definitely something. I could just try and attack it like that, but it can also do that.
Alright.
Oof.
Harder than the final boss.
Yeah, that's usually where I lose my time.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah. Time to brag, Titus. You just made me have a horrible time for a thing that was easy. Right. So that was the second stage, I think. So if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna arrive on the stage which is quite surprising because since we have invisible, we cannot trigger any battle piece. That means if there's a free way, I can take it and just finish the stage with the maximum reward. And that's one. So all those little question marks can be triggered whenever you pass through nearby. But I have invisible, so I just can just cheese my way in and...
That's it. That's why it's worth resetting for invisible.
That's why I
absolutely
reset
is.
it. And 4,000 gil, so I can just afford what I was missing in terms of equipment.
Yep.
But I'm gonna wait a bit. I'm kind of greedy. I'm gonna wait for
Oh, you don't need that.
more. I would need. I already feel the difference because I don't have the hat. Like in terms of damage, it's a good 100 damage less than what I should do. So I'm gonna afford it right now. No, I wanted to go to the shop, so I'm gonna buy the hat, which is the beret. So it's a French word. I should have said it in French, beret. But
I don't say beret.
we are English speakers, so
We don't say it like that. We say beret.
sometimes I do say it in French just because I'm tired of speaking English at the end of the day, and as I am French,
Don't hurt
I'm
yourself.
so sorry to
just go
impose
for
our
the
language
easiest
on
way.
you.
I just go for the easier one.
Oui, c'est la beret.
I'm not doing any setup, but if I can, I'm gonna go for it. Ah, okay. The bells here. Second form, 50% more. Yeah, I can do with that.
Hey, bravo. C'est bon.
Yeah. Always from behind. It's the best play to attack. You cannot be seen.
C'est it. Sneak attack.
That was easy.
So the next fight, I'm gonna use my summon because the piece I'm gonna engage has a whole lot of HPs. And also the order I do them is also for lining myself up with a future XP bonus.
This'll be over in a flash.
Ooh, dodge. Run into it. So good at the video game.
This'll be over in a flash.
Usually, I could have done something for that. But I'm gonna... Oh, wait. I'm gonna break it. If I can. Sometimes the camera doesn't help. So
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the camera blocks in a way that you can't see.
There are times I've like spent many seconds trying to find the enemy in some stages.
That's it. Okay. Dodged. So for dodging an attack, you just have to press X.
Yeah.
And you can actually spot what the enemy is gonna do by the way it acts in the air.
Yeah, so it's like every enemy's got a tell, so like there's an animation that's that, and typically you'll find in these kind of like dodge cycles that they'll use the same attack over and over again, then after 2 or 3 they'll just like change it up and you have to be able to react to it because the dodge timing will be different from attack to attack. And you can just get caught in like a nice timing loop and then you just get wrecked.
I just decided to cheese my way in because I just couldn't reach it. So what I just did was an X burst cancel. So you have the choice between activating it or just canceling it with the circle. And to save time, I just canceled it. That's the easiest way to do that.
Is there time for a quick donation?
Yep.
We've got $10 from Unico Yokai, who says, "Good luck on the run, Leo. $10 for Aiko to be called Mitako because reasons."
No.
Also, if I can remind you guys, we're still at 25 out of $500 on the donation incentive for the level 1 to 100 trick at the end of this run. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I'm sure that Leonis is also really looking forward to showing it off.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a donation at some point, then this would be really cool to meet that incentive.
We could just wait at the end.
Yeah.
Pause the game before the final attack.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's not a very long trick to set up. It takes roughly 2 to 2.5 hours to set it up, and then you just can abuse it indefinitely whenever you have the strat. So I'm gonna build my X gauge right now because I don't have it full. So those little things you can see popping on the top left are battle gems.
Yeah.
Those are piece of accessories or accessories that helps you having more stats or some conditionals for normal attacks. Weak spot. Got it. Classic Garland doing it. Nothing
Just being a nuisance.
to be, yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah, you can laugh now. It's gonna be otherwise later on. Right. So I just filled up for the next enemy, which has also a whole lot of HP, but which is more docile than the Sissel piece that I got earlier on.
You want some of this?
Or not. I'm gonna use the stage. Didn't work. So you can hear the enemy say something before an HP attack in the air. So you can use that to your advantage. Come on. Be docile. Thank you.
There we go.
And that's it. It used up all my AKs to just deal with that enemy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just taking too much time.
That was easy.
Level 34. 29 plus 7, 36, so not yet. Alright, finishing the stage with 20 play plan points, which won't be useful now because I have all I need.
Yep.
Right, so that's the last stage of the second chapter. There are 2 more just after that. The last one is shorter because there's less things to do. That stage is a bit particular because you only see 3 pieces, but once you engage one of these, another set of 3 appears, so on and so forth. So you have to deal with a lot of enemies.
Yep.
Oh! The Emperor know how to parry. Okay, or not. I don't like that one, so I'm just gonna go for it. And that's it. So the flare attack still goes up, so I'm gonna have to find a way to just not get into it.
Yeah.
That can happen. I didn't check if there were a bell or not.
I haven't heard one.
There is. I just had to see where the...
Yeah, so you can lock onto the bell as well.
Yep.
To be able to find it.
Oh, too short. Okay. So as you can see, I'm only using the abilities I have right from the start. I'm not going for any extra abilities right now because it's not useful and it's not fast.
That was easy.
But I'm gonna equip some later on to help me to get some through battles. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be quite straightforward. So I also realized that I have the Mesorai. That's also a 50-50 chance to have it. So I'm gonna use it until the next boss.
Just back off, buddy.
Ah, okay.
Get a load of this.
I was trying to make it fall onto the trap zone, but it just splashed on the ground.
You got nothing on me.
Dun 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 dun. Very catchy tune, for those who are interested. You have the access to a sort of a theater mode where you can have some musics from all the previous games. No, that's not the one. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have been
This'll be
okay,
over
but
in a
no.
flash.
Oh yeah.
So this one is tricky. But ooh.
Oh, Mr. Cleave.
Okay. One more. Shite. So the enemy has a summon called
You want some of this?
Reaper.
the I
That's
don't
the Iron
remember the
Giant.
name. The Iron Reaper.
Well, it's
Wow.
called Reaper. Definitely
Why
an
not?
Iron Giant.
And whenever the enemy is doing an HP attack on me, it divides my total bravery counter to half. So I'm not getting the right pattern, so I'm just gonna
You want
retry.
some of
This
this?
is the last time I'm retrying. I'm gonna try and go over it. I could do something. I'm gonna cheese it.
Here we go. Here it comes. It's gone.
That's what I was supposed to do, using my summon, but I wasn't supposed to use my X mode, but...
It works.
And 28k experience points. Normal. Normal.
Voila.
Oh yeah.
36. Ah, time for
That's
some menu. Yeah. And if there are any donations, you can go for it as well.
We've got $10 from Do the Mario, who says, I want to be the Boshi speedrun, Kappa secret boss. Count me in. Thank you ESA staff, attendees, and viewers for this amazing event. I really need to see some Kappas in the chat right about now.
Stock. And can I have the salad? No, I cannot. So I'm just gonna go with some accessories that I saw, which are useful. Attack +1, because it doesn't hurt to have more attack. Up to oh, I don't have any weapon. Okay. I cannot equip the S stock yet because it's 40. I'm gonna do with a base level one if I can. I'm gonna go with the middle knuckles because why not? Right. Yeah, I forgot to equip the Sonic Knuckles, that's why.
Alright.
Thankfully for me, there was a potion, so I could just replenish. and straight to the boss, using the Mazorai to add a little bit of easiness to it. And, oh lord, that's the Emperor again. He just revived. So we're gonna...
Can you bear such heavy sins?
Yeah, I can, apparently. Nope, not enough. I'm gonna do that until it reaches... You know. Is it? Ugh, I don't like it.
No. That'll do it.
That was short. That
was closer
really,
than it
really
needed to
short.
be.
Yeah. If I did a good, that wouldn't have killed.
Yeah.
38. Do I have anything at 38? I don't think so. Right. So in terms of time, we're not that bad. Result screen. It's not that bad in terms of story points. Right. Next mode. Right into it. I don't need to spend any more points into anything. I'm just gonna wait for the moment I can equip my S-Stock and buy the salad. So this is the second to last chapter. It's gonna take a little while. Then after that, it's the last one, which is way shorter.
Yeah.
It should take around 10 minutes to do it. So hopefully, I'm gonna be still
Oh yeah,
in the
guaranteed.
time estimate.
128 easily.
Yeah, so this is where I'm gonna decide the route I'm gonna use.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use the normal one. So I'm gonna go straight into the battles. I could have reset it to get the invisible, but it's not worth the hassle.
Don't hurt yourself now.
Okay. There's a bell going on, so I'm gonna try and build it. So this is Ultimecia. Nice to meet her. Dodgy dodgy. She can do that like indefinitely. Right. That was enough. Oh! Oh, that's an interesting one. So Ultimecia has this skill set which all goes with a counter rhythm. You see the attack coming, but it's having a delay before it's actually activating. So sometimes the little arrows she threw at me stops, and they can get you from behind whenever you don't see them coming. So I'm gonna go for that piece. It's gonna trigger the next two pieces next to it, and by forfeiting one piece, it's gonna make me go fast through the both of them. That was tricky enough.
Yeah.
Stop dodging. Get my sword. Okay. That works. No, that's not enough.
Nope.
I'm gonna just take that in case. That should be in range. Ah.
Oh. Maybe not.
Nah.
Nope.
61
60,
short.
yeah.
60 FPS.
Gotta go. Got him.
The AI helps as well.
Yeah.
So as you can see, if you hit a good, even if it's good, it's not good enough.
Not good enough.
Too easy.
This is the times where you would just need your character to just have it closed. Because it's not that easy. So in terms of routing, we figured that all the plans have a set way of functioning. Every experience bonuses and chests are fixed. So you can just route by cycle everything you want. So if you need 2 full rounds of one plan, you can get 2 chests and an incredible amount of XP bonuses with the hardcore one.
Yeah.
And thanks to the play plan points, you can unlock, whenever you're done with all the characters' stories, 2 exclusive plans, which are Grind Lover and Treasure Hunter. The Grind Lover give you even more experience bonuses, but no chests.
Yep.
And the Treasure Hunter gives you all the chests, but no experience bonuses.
So one of the, I mean, at the beginning of the run, you set your day to Friday. So your PSP set to Friday, and you set the game to that
This'll
day.
be over in
If
a
you're using
flash.
different characters, would you be using different days?
No, I would just set it up to
Always
the same day.
Friday.
Start. Drop down. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So that stage has breakable things,
Yeah.
so you need to be very careful. Nice. I just need one more.
Get a load of this.
Very cool.
So that stage has a little perk to it. It can regenerate itself. So whenever you are destroying the stage, after a certain amount of time, it just go backs up because it's the live stream
Yeah,
on
this,
FX7.
yeah, that's North Crater, the final descent.
So here, there's going to be a lot of engaging and quitting because I don't have invisible, so I have to go through all the little animations to get through it. I'm going to take the potion to just cheese the next fight. And I'm going to have that chest on the way, which makes the piece up there being triggered.
Yeah, so it's not just enemies that trigger the chain, it's
No.
any engagement.
As long as you are on an adjacent tile.
Yeah.
Did I give up?
No, you didn't, but it's needed. Right. So, which stage was that? Oh, that was the second to last one, I think. Was
You
third
want
one.
some of this?
Night. No. Okay. Yeah. She can do that as well.
You ready for this?
Let's see if I'm better this time.
Close.
Game set.
Easy every time. Wow. When you
Guaranteed.
get it every time.
Guarantee.
And that's the way you do it.
Even Titus says it, so should be the way to go. So, if I'm not mistaken, that was the second stage. So the third one will be one that I will fly through, because even without invisible, that's a stage which does not trigger any kind of piece whenever you pass by.
Yep.
That's one of the good thing about it. If the game wants to make me skip. As you can see, all the pieces will be on the top or on the bottom, and there's a freeway right in the middle. Obviously, I'm gonna just parade onto it and finish my thing. More Gil. Now, the second to last stage. This one is a bit particular because all the pieces are either tier 3 battle pieces or golden ones. And I'm gonna go with the goldens because they are faster to deal with. Since I used the no invisible route, I'm gonna use an accessory for the very last fight. So I'm gonna talk about it later on. But if I had invisible, I would have used it right now.
This'll be over.
So
in a
enemies in the game
flash.
come in tiers. You've got tier 1, 2, 3 in the gold ones, and then tier 1 is the easiest, tier 3
Yep.
would be harder, and then
That's it.
the strange ones are very unique.
Here it comes.
So that fight is a bit tricky because the enemy has a summon, Carbuncle, which copies the same amount of bravery that he has, and as it starts at 0, it blocks your counter to 0. So you have to do 0 damage before going into full damage. So you can lose all your time here to just chase the guy because he likes to fly away. And for some reason he didn't right now. So. Oh, another golden. What a luck.
Fancy seeing that.
Yep, I knew it. That's a thing that can happen because I got it from behind.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. So yeah, you can parry an attack, but you can also parry a dash. So if you go through straight away to the enemy or to the character, you can just parry and it works as a block.
Yeah, it's like you've got invincibility frames at some point during the dash.
So here there's a bit of a freeway to down here. And oh, another one.
This'll be over in a flash.
He jumped as well. But it worked.
Good.
15k. There was a bonus over there. So there are fixed bonus and some wild ones that you cannot predict, and based on the luck you have. So somehow I'm being quite lucky because I'm already level 42, and I want to be at least level 44 after that fight. So I'm gonna equip my
Stock.
and buy my salad also. So I got the Chocobo Feather. That's one of the treasure chests I got from the plan. First, let me get my head. That's it. Accessories. I'm gonna equip my Chocobo Feather, which raises the amount of experience by 100%.
Yep.
That's a way to cheese. I'm gonna equip. Why? So, oh, 43. Okay.
Okay.
And the salad is 43 as well. So I'm gonna wait for a bit. I have some things going on here. I have the repost. I can do more critical hits whenever I'm attacking the opponent as a counter attack. I'm gonna have a bonus right there. You can see the Chocobo singing. Alright, so this one is a squall. It can survive a one-shot attack. So you have to deal twice the amount of damage, so that's gonna help for the amount of experience you want. So hopefully the first one is going in. Dodging. And that's it. So it has this attack called Blast Zone, and whenever you are in range, it's just cuts you down. So I am
the way you do it.
level 44. Just what I needed. So I'm not going to do the menu right now. I'm going to wait for the next stage to come. Because the next stage will be a very, very short one because only one piece will be fought and it's the final boss.
Yeah.
Right. Right, so I'm gonna do my menu. If there are any new donation, you can go for it.
We have a $5 anonymous donation with no comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're also still not quite there on the donation incentive for the level 1 to 100 trick yet. We need $475 for that. If anyone is thinking of donating, it would be really awesome to see that met. It goes to a great cause, and I think we'd all enjoy seeing this level 1 to 100.
Yeah. First for the cause and next for the trick. Equipping my stock. Oh, why didn't the beret optimized? Oh, because it decreased my bravery, that's why. But it raises my attack.
Yeah.
That's the one I want. Accessories, I still have my chocobo feather, so I'm gonna abuse it once more. And my summit should be ready, because I have a bonus times 3 experience. So it's times 3 plus 100%. So I should be level 50, 51 at the end of that fight.
Yeah.
And I used the Mesorite that I got, luckily, which goes down by 20% for the boss health. So the final boss is Garland again. And there's a way to do it. So slide, parry, that, break. So hopefully he's gonna come back. Oh, the bell. No, not that way. He's gonna go for it. Please, 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 be faster. I got it. Ah! Okay. Right. Oh, he can do that. Okay. No, usually you can chain him, but it was close to the ground, so he could activate his ground combo. I'm gonna do it differently. Okay, he can do that. He's gonna hit the wall that way, but no. Okay, that way? No. Come on, hit! Okay. Okay. That's not enough for my summon to be usable. No. I need 600. It's not gonna come. Come on, 600. Just 600. Next one, maybe? Nope. Oh. Go! Nope. Didn't go through. Okay, so I'm gonna retry one last time and have it done. So I'm gonna use my summon on the very first hit, so I'm gonna try and do something.
Okay.
Is he gonna take the slide? Gonna watch out. Okay. Can do that. So it's gonna be 3,000 plus that. So all I need is that.
That's it.
I could have done that from the very beginning. I don't know what happened. 82k experience points.
That was easy.
So in terms of time, we might be very tight because of all the resets I had to do. Some could have been prevented, and some were just strike of luck. But normally it should be good. Because the very last chapter we're going on to only has 2 stages, and the last stage is just 1 piece. Alright, let's go. Level 51, so I can just roll with all I have.
Yep.
I'm gonna use the jet shot as well for the first time. I'm gonna try to use it as much as possible because it's quick compared to the energy rain, which needs to just go towards the enemy and wait for the hitbox to be targeted. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces plus 1. Yeah. Mazor and jump. Wow, I got pretty lucky over there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, so RNG just hurt me.
That's it, bringing it back.
Ah. Sometimes it's just as easy as that. Sometimes it dodges, sometimes very strange.
Nothing on me.
He's Kefka after all.
Yes.
Like to play trick. So I don't know if I still have my experience accessory, so
Don't
if I
hurt
get
yourself now.
more level ups, then that's good. Uh-huh. That's the jet shot. So once the jet shot connects, you cannot escape it
Yeah.
unless you have the X mode for countering it,
Just like the real jack shot.
just like the
That was
real
easy.
jet shot. The magnificent, sublimely
Sublime Magnificent
Cool.
Jack Shot Mark
Mark III. Just for the fun, they should have added that to the name of the
Would've been
attack.
horrible.
Just back off, buddy. Here it comes. You're gone.
Ah, almost.
Here it comes. You're gone.
So that attack from Sephiroth is quite difficult to dodge because he can just move during it. So if he wants to reach you, he can.
Yeah.
So you have to dodge at the very last moment.
That was easy.
Right, the last battle. Ooh, that's gonna be something. This is Kuja. It follows the series. We started
Don't
with
hurt
Kefka,
yourself
now
now.
Kuja. Yeah. Rises up very quick.
Nice.
I could have gone for 9999 if I wanted.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Waste of time. Level up.
You got nothing on me.
53. Yeah, that's enough. Chaos is level 48, if I'm not mistaken. So that should be plenty. So when I said I was lucky, whenever I got my board skill, is that I got the jump skill, which makes me jump over a piece without engaging any battle. So I'm gonna jump over one piece and directly access the final boss. So that's quite the advantage time-wise. Yeah, Chaos is not happy. Because actually Chaos was Garland into the past. So we killed Garland, so we are creating a sort of a problem in the time-space
The
continuum
time
or
paradox
something.
again.
Yeah. Right, so here I'm gonna do some little things. I'm gonna disable 1 HP attack to just have the jet shot. Better access. I'm gonna take that just in case. Do I have any extra? Nope, I'm not gonna take that. So, accessories. I'm gonna equip the Valor Incense I got very early on the stages, which increased my initial bravery count by 100%.
Yep.
And I have a bonus XP for the final fight. That's
Essential.
no.
Very important.
Using the Mazorai, quite lucky over there.
Yeah.
So that final boss has a very trick, which is you have to fight it 3 times in a row. There are 3 phases, and the timer will gonna stop at the 3rd phase. So here's my insight. Like I'm gonna play it normally for the 1st phase.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and beat it with a summon on the 2nd phase, and I'm gonna try and build some X gauge for the final one. Catchy tune. Oh, you can do that as well. But I can do that as well. Okay, so the bell disappeared. The bell can disappear onto that stage. I could do something. First phase done. Oh, that's gonna be.
Oh, it does not exist.
Okay. By timer. Okay, I can do that. Okay. That one. So that summon could have rendered my bravery count to 0
Yeah.
instantly. Last
Okay.
phase. And I have my ace gauge.
Yeah.
Okay, it can do that. Okay. Aha! Come on. Okay. Ah! Okay. So now it can kill me. So I have to be very careful. Ah, lost.
Oh no. So close. So close.
Right, so the trick to it is that if you fail during one phase, you have to do it all over again. It would have been dead on.
That was it.
That was it.
It was one hit. Yeah, that was it.
Okay, doing it again.
I will put an end.
I didn't
to
get
your endless
help with the
dream.
pattern so far, so hopefully it's gonna give me the right one. Yep. That's the one I want from the very start. It should be as easy as that, but
Easy every time.
for some reason. So I might gonna use my summon for the last phase.
Okay.
Nah. Wrong move. So when I say that Tidus was a bad matchup for Chaos, it's because I have no loop to use against him.
Good. Here we go.
I just need one break. That's all I need.
Cannot surpass.
I can. I'm gonna do something. Ready on time?
Yeah.
I forgot to cancel. There you go. That's the 80% run of Final Fantasy Dissidia. I'm gonna wait for a bit. I don't know if the incentive has been met for the level trick.
Do the trick. Do the trick.
I could do it for free.
Do the trick.
Unfortunately, we didn't make
Yeah.
the donation incentive, I'm
That's
afraid.
not a problem. having a run over there is just already something. So I'm grateful for having been here, for the support I had, and that was Dissidia. So if you want to join the community, just ask me or Mr. Mizo, and you'll get in quite easily.
Yeah. Awesome. Well done, man. Really good job.